Text 111. E mata tandava nritya kaila kshatakshana bhava vishesha prabhura praveshila mana. Synonyms. E mata, in this way, tandava nritya, devastating dancing. Kaila performed katakshana for some time. Bhava vishesha, in particular ecstasy, prabhura of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, praveshila mana, the mind entered. Translation. After Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu had performed his devastating dance for some time, his mind entered into a mood of ecstatic love. Text 112. Tandavar nitya chadi sarupera ajnadila hridaya janiya sarupe gaya te lagila. Synonyms. Tandavar nitya chadi, giving up such devastating dances, sarupe ere, unto Sarup Damodar, Anjadila gave in order, Hridaya mind, Janiya knowing, Sarup Damodar, Gaite Lagila began to sing. Translation. After abandoning the dancing, the Lord ordered Sarup Damodar to sing. Understanding his mind, Sarup Damodar began to sing as follows. Text 113. Seta parana nata painu, yaha lagi madana dahane jurigenu. Synonyms. Seta, that indeed, Parananasta, master of my life, Painu, I have gotten, Yahalagi, for whom, Madana Dahane, being burned by Cupid, Jurigenu, I became dried up. Translation. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being burned by Cupid and was withering away. Purport. This song refers to Srimati Radharani's meeting with Krishna at the holy place of Kurukshetra, where Lord Shri Krishna and his brother and sister came to visit when there was a solar eclipse. It is a song of separation from Krishna. When Radharani met Krishna at Kurukshetra, she remembered his intimate association in Vrindavan, and she thought, quote, now I have gained the Lord of my life. In his absence I was being burned by the arrow of Cupid, and thus I was withering away. Now I have my life again. End quote. Text 114. E dui uchai swara gaya domodar, anande madhura nritya karena ishwar. Synonyms. E dui, this refrain, uchai swara, loudly Gaya sings, Damodar, Sri Damodar, anande in great ecstasy, madhura, rhythmic, nritya dancing, karena performs Ishwar, the Lord. Translation. When this refrain was loudly sung by Śrī Damodar, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu began rhythmically dancing in transcendental bliss. Text 115. Dire dire Jagannātha karena gamana age nrityachari chalena sanchira nandan. Synonyms. Dire dire, slowly, slowly Jagannātha. Lord Jagannāth karena does gamana movement, age in front. Nritya dancing, Kari performing, Chalena goes forward, Sachira Nandana, the son of Mother Sachi. Translation. The car of Lord Jagannath began to move slowly, while the son of Mother Sachi went ahead and danced in front. Text 116. Jagannath Netra Diya Sabinachi Gaya Kirtaniya Saha Prabhu Pachi Pachi Yaya. Synonyms. Jagannath, on Lord Jagannath, Netra, the eyes, Diya, keeping, Sahe, or Sabe, all the devotees, Nachi Gaya, dance and sing, Kirtaniya, the performers of Sankirtan, Saha, with, Prabhu, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Pachi Pachi at the rear, Yaya goes forward. Translation. While dancing and singing, all the devotees in front of Lord Jagannath kept their eyes on him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to the end of the procession with the Sankirtan performers. Text 117. Jagannath Magna Prabhura Naya Hridaya Shri Hasta Yuge Karar Gitara Abhinaya. Synonyms. Jagannatha, in Lord Jagannath, Magna absorbed Prabhura of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nayana Hridaya, the eyes and mind, Shri Hasta Yuge, with his two arms, Kari performed Gitara of the song Abhinaya, dramatic movement. Translation. His eyes and mind fully absorbed in Lord Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to play the drama of the song with his two arms. Text 118. Gorayadi Pachichale Syama Hari Stire, Goragi Chale Syama Chale Dire Dire. Synonyms. Gor, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Yadi, if Pachik Chale goes behind Syama, Jagannath, Haya becomes Stire, still. Gora. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Age chale, goes forward. Shama, Lord Jagannath, chale goes. Dhīre dhīre, slowly. Translation. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dramatically enacting the song, he would sometimes fall behind in the procession. At such times, Lord Jagannath would come to a standstill. When Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu again went forward, Lord Jagannath's car would slowly start again. Text 119. E mata gora shame donhe te latire, swarate samere rake gora mahabali. Synonyms. E mata, in this way, gora shame, Lord Jagannātha and Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu donhe, between both of them, te latele, competition of pushing forward, Swavate in his own car, Shamera, Lord Jagannath Rake, keeps Gora, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahabali, greatly powerful. Translation. Thus there was a sort of competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath in seeing who would lead, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strong that he made Lord Jagannath wait in his car. Purport. In his Anubhasya, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes the ecstasy of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu as follows. After giving up the company of the gopis in Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, engaged in his pastimes at Dwarka. When Krishna went to Kurukshetra with his brother and sister and others from Dwarka, he again met the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu is Radhabhava Duti Shrivalita, that is, Krishna himself, assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna. Lord Jagannath Dev is Krishna and Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's leading Lord Jagannath toward the Gundicha temple corresponded to Srimati Radharani's leading Krishna toward Vrindavan. Śikṣāṣtaka Jagannath Puri was taken as the kingdom of Dwarka, the place where Krishna enjoys supreme opulence. But he was led by Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, the simple village where all the inhabitants are filled with ecstatic love for Krishna. Śikṣāṣtaka is the place of Aishwarya-līlā, just as Vrindavan is the place of Madhya-līlā. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's following at the rear of the Rath indicated that Lord Jagannath, Krishna, was forgetting the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Although Krishna neglected the inhabitants of Vrindavan, he could not forget them. Thus, in his opulent Ratha-yātrā, he was returning to Vrindavan. In the role of Srimati Radharani, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu was examining whether the Lord still remembered the inhabitants of Vrindavan. When Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu fell behind the Rath car, Jagannath Dev, Krishna himself, understood the mind of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Jagannath sometimes fell behind the dancing of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu to indicate to Srimati Radharani that he had not forgotten. Thus, Lord Jagannath would stop the forward march of the Rath and wait at a standstill. In this way, Lord Jagannath agreed that without the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, he could not feel satisfied. That while Jagannath was thus waiting, Gaurachanda, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, immediately came forward to Krishna. At such times, Lord Jagannath would proceed ahead, very slowly. These competitive exchanges were all part of the love affair between Krishna and Srimati Radharani. In that competition between Lord Chaitanya's ecstasy for Jagannath and Jagannath's ecstasy for Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emerged successful.